When I was given the opportunity to check out Bob Trevino Likes It, I was intrigued because it's a movie I had honestly never heard of. Even with film festivals, I try to keep up to date on what's premiering, and this movie somehow slipped under my radar. It premiered last year, I believe. After that, it got picked up for distribution and is now set to be released. I think the most intriguing thing was the fact that I knew the main actress, Barbie Ferreira, from, of course, Euphoria, where I think most of us know her from, and what honestly intrigued me more was John Leguizamo, who I'm a big fan of. I feel like he's an underrated actor. He's continuously delivering charismatic performances, and I think that he just does a good job at making you care about his character. Unfortunately, I didn't find this movie to be by any means great. I found it to be fine at best. I think my biggest issue is that it was just too melodramatic, and I wish it did less. Sometimes less is better. Don't get me wrong, I think this movie is going to click for a lot of general audiences because it has a lot of crowd-pleasing moments, the moments that'll easily win you over. I wish I felt more emotionally impacted by this movie overall. I don't actively go in to dislike a movie. One of the big things that I realized very early on was that the comedy just wasn't working for me. I found it to be more cringeworthy than anything else. These characters do things that don't feel natural. One of the most evil characters I've seen in 2025 is Barbie Ferreira's character's dad. He's written very one-sided and his actions are just far too extreme. It had me baffled, and I was honestly struggling to believe that this was even a real person. He just irritated me and left me annoyed with the overall movie. The best part about the movie is John Leguizamo. No surprise here, I think that he really does a great job at making you care for the central relationship, this friendship at the center of the movie. The relationship does the job. It doesn't overly succeed. I wasn't crazy about this friendship, but it was touching enough. I think what was hard was that the emotional beats just were predictable. I think that they work, but it just feels tired out by now, and so many movies have done a similar thing. One of the more important aspects of it, and the thing that I actually did like, was I like what it had to say about healing emotional trauma. Although the dialogue can be absolutely bizarre at times, its heart is in the right place, and that's for sure. Another thing that bugged me was just seeing our main character put herself through that relationship with her father at one, but also just she surrounds herself with people that just aren't great for her. And it's hard to watch a character over and over again just try to go back to these people. I understand that that is intentional, but it just bugged me as an audience member. And like how I mentioned, it's far too melodramatic at times. I wish that Barbie Ferreira was doing less with her performance. There's times when she's just overly crying and just sobbing, and I think that it works in the final moment. That's when I think that she really benefited from letting it all out. I feel like picking on how someone cries, that's really getting picky, but it took me out of the experience because it felt like overacting and she was doing too much. I think that from a directing perspective, had the director had asked her to kind of scale it back a little bit, I think that it could have benefited the movie overall, and it ends up just being forgettable. It's not an independent dramedy that I'm going to think, oh, I like that movie, I want to revisit it over the years. It has good moments, there is good, it's not completely bad, but it's just fine and not great. I'm going to give Bob Trevino Likes It a C, and this is a movie that I would recommend for maybe a rainy day, but not one that I would overly say you have to watch. Be sure to leave your thoughts on the movie down below in the comments. Maybe you liked it more than I did. Be sure to let me know. Hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed it. And as always, look forward to more content coming soon. My name is Ben. People call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.